Coming up, we're going to be talking about the Netflix deal for Disney, and there might be a little bit of differences coming on with Marvel and Star Wars. Also be talking about Star Wars The Last Jedi, all that and more coming up in today's show. What's up everyone, Roger here from DisKingdom.com. Quick note before we go any further, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like button before we carry on. Okay, so let's jump into the big story first off. Earlier this week it was announced by Disney that they're going to be creating their own brand new streaming service, which is going to be including all of the Disney content. However, part of that is they would not talk about Marvel or Star Wars, which you'd expect would be coming over. However, there looks to be something going on here. There was a story coming out on a number of different reports from routers talking about how Marvel and Star Wars are still up for grabs, and Netflix are talking to them about those movies, and generally they're kind of being viewed almost separately. However, I'm going to be honest, personally, as a Disney fan who likes Marvel and Star Wars, I'd rather they were in the package rather than being separate. However, there might be some differences of how some of the contracts have been done in the past, and it might be a little bit more tricky. However, maybe we start seeing, some TV shows like Rebels, or also the animated TV series on the Disney version. However, maybe there's some different deals. For example, Netflix have their own Marvel TV shows. Will they stay there? Will they be moved? Will they have brand new ones? We don't know what the contract is, and that is going to be the key thing. Same with Star Wars. They recently put Star Wars on Netflix in the US, and therefore they might have a bit of a longer life, so they might have to wait until those contracts expire. We just do not know, and I think there's going to be a while before we find out officially. This is the big thing as well, of contracts being made up of different movie studios and stuff. Not everything is in place at the same time. Now personally, for us in the UK, it works out slightly different because Sky have had to deal with sort of the Star Wars movies, and it's just a little bit messy depending on which. I know Canada's different as well, so it's just going to be a case of just seeing how it all rolls in. I do not think Disney would be going along the lines of separating it out too much, because I'm not sure Star Wars really has enough content to have its own subscription service. Obviously we got a couple of TV series from the animated ones and the movies, but that's about it. Marvel's got a little bit more, but if they bunged it all in with the Disney one, who knows. But it might be staying on Netflix a little bit longer. But I'd like to know what you guys think. Do you really hope that Marvel stay and Star Wars stay on Netflix and other systems that are in place around the world, or would you rather they all be under one big House of Mouse streaming service? Let me know in the comments below. Staying on the subject of Star Wars The Last Jedi, then we've got a couple of more stories. First off, we have got some images of some stuff that came out from Entertainment Weekly showing off some new characters. So first off, we have this character called a Porg, or a Porg, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it. Kind of looks like a sort of a weird looking guinea pig with massive eyes. You can see him there standing there in the ship with Chewbacca. We've also got some new guards as well that are going to be protecting First Order. It looks really cool. I love the idea of how they look. It looks very kind of samurai-ish. Very, very different, something that we've not really seen too much before. Very similar in some way to that red that we've seen for the Royal Guards from the Empire. And then finally, we've also got this image of these new characters called Caretakers, which live on the island where Luke is found. There's actually actors inside of here. They kind of tolerate him, apparently, kind of sounding a little bit Scottish. So these guys are going to be in there. It definitely looks pretty interesting. I think we're going to be finding out a lot more about Star Wars The Last Jedi as we go forward. Now, it kind of ties into a story that was put up on popvinyls.com about some upcoming pop vinyls that are going to be coming soon. This new images come out showing off some new figures. So we've got Rey, we've got Finn, we've got Poe, we've got Luke Skywalker and Kylo Ren, Chewbacca, BB-8, Rose, which is a brand new character who will be introduced in the new movie. We've also got Porg, Supreme Leader Stoke. And we've also got this new guard. I can't quite pronounce that one there. We've also got a First Order Executioner, and a new droid which looks like B-89E. So very, very similar, but looks like it's going to be an evil droid. And I'm really hoping that we do get some kind of force fight going on between the two droids. I think that would look really, really cool. But let me know what you guys think of the Last Jedi stories. Now I'm going to switch gears, flip now over to Walt Disney World. This week, some new images were revealed of some of the new content and merchandise that's going to be coming to Epcot for its food and wine festival taking place this fall. So let's just show you here some of the new merchandise that's going to be available. So I said it's going to be running from August 31st to November the 13th. So there's tons of new merchandise here. So we've got badges, we've got hats, we've got t-shirts, mugs, all featuring Figment. I love this apron. I'd love to be wearing this one. I think it'd be cool for me for work. We've also got some other items here from another collection. So we've got mugs, t-shirts, little salt and pepper things, hats, etc. Again, another one called Brews around the World. So you got Eat to the Beat and some rock stuff. So that depends if a little bit more in there. And then finally we have some new bags, etc. from Ginny and Burke, and a few pass holder items, including this special thing for getting special pins and stuff. And there's also a special guests can go and do a scavenger hunt with Remy from Ratatouille, which I think is pretty cool as well to see there. You're going to be able to pick up all of these items at item locations such as opposite Mission Space, and you can also find them online and on the app as well. Pretty cool to see all this merchandise as well. And if you weren't too familiar, two of the rides are going to be closing this summer at Walt Disney World. So at Epcot, you're going to have the Universe of Energy, and also Great Movie Ride as well will be closing down. And because of that, Disney have kind of revealed some new t-shirts and merchandise for these two attractions. So yeah, so Universe of Energy farewell t-shirt, and also a Great Movie Ride. These are only going to be available for a limited time. You can buy one, get one 40% off. So these are only going to be available online, as I said, from this week, from Thursday right through till the end of next week. They're only going to be running until Thursday, August 17th. These t-shirts generally get sort of made up in rather than them printing them, they kind of get the orders in and then they ship them out to you. It's a great way of kind of getting these special limited things. So if you love those two rides and you're sad that they're going away, you might want to be picking up those two t-shirts. Well, anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to check us out over at diskingdom.com. I also put up a podcast episode today with James where we were talking about some of the great new merchandise we've seen lately for some of the video games, so you want to check that one out. As per usual, hit that subscribe button or like button or follow button depending on which service you are watching this on, and I shall see you guys in another episode tomorrow. Laters.